Good night, everyone, and welcome to Achzig's learning of the Pele Yoetz. Today is day number 226, Chol Hamoed Pesach, and we are speaking over here about Hana, deriving pleasure from this world in an unwanted or an uncouthly type of a way. And the last thing that we mentioned was that a person should not be seeking covet and honor in this world. So much so that the Pele Yoetz writes today the following. V'yisa b'shas, it's found in Shas the following words. The Amalei Rav l'Rav Kahana, Rav said to Rav Kahana, Pshoit nevelta b'shuka, you should skin the hide of a nevela, of a carcass, in the shuk, in the marketplace, v'tol agra, and take payment for it, v'leitei mekahana, and don't say, oh, I can't do such a lowly menial work, I'm a kohen, Gavarabana, I'm a chashuv person. Says the Pele Yoetz, quoting this Gemara, that a person has to know that there's an obligation to take care of yourself and support your family and your children. And as he's going to write coming up, you must be willing to take the job that's going to pay the bills. And don't say, no, I'm too chashuv, I'm too great, that's beneath my dignity. Don't be like many of the poor people of this world. And all the more so if they were once wealthy. And they lost their wealth. It's embarrassing to them to do such disgraceful and lowly work. To be a wood chopper. To be a water carrier or similar. The guy's going to become a janitor, an electrician. He's going to be a waiter at a restaurant. He's going to be at the cashier. The guy was making millions of dollars. Now we don't sell used cars. He can do such a thing. What a busha, what a shame. They'd rather be those that are sitting in the coronas, in the corners of the rooms, just schmoozing away, not doing any work. Or they're going back and forth between the marketplace and the streets, wasting their time. And their children that are in their house are starving. So their young children, the infants, the children, they are begging, please, Abba, feed us. And nobody extends any bread to them. Says the Pele Yoetz, you have people that need money. You have people that they could work. They could take a job. It's what they would say is below their dignity. So what do? Instead of taking a job, they continue to exist in a world of hunger, in a world of poverty, in a world where they don't have what they need. But if only they would realize, what's the big deal? Just take the job and support your family with it you need to. So what this busha, he'll speak about it a little bit more over here. But that busha, that embarrassment that you have in this world, what's the trade-off? You're too embarrassed versus your kids are starving, or you can't pay the bills, or you can't put shoes on their feet, or you can't put gas in the car. Just take the job that you need. That's what the Pele Yoetz is saying. That's a responsible individual. Shigam staka b'ishim milisha u'melakaba. They're even embarrassed to ask for tzedakah, for charity. And if somebody wants to give them charity, no, I can't take. But you need it. I can't take it. It's too embarrassing for me to do so. Now, again, we can understand. And we have to be sympathetic and empathetic to a person who is embarrassed for these things. But for the person themselves, if you need, and that's how you're going to be able to pay the bills in your family and be able to put food on the table for Yom Tov and be able to buy your wife maybe a new outfit for Yom Tov as well, and your kids can get a pair of shoes where their toes are not sticking out at the end, Rahman al-Islam. So then, if that's what you need, that's the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu set things up so that you should take it. A Rabbi of mine years ago told us that there was there was a very poor man in Eretz Yisrael, in Yerushalayim HaKodesh. He loved being poor. Why did he love being poor? Because he said, he would tell the person giving him tzedakah, you have a mitzvah to give tzedakah. And I am poor, I have a mitzvah to receive the tzedakah. And without me, you can't do the mitzvah of tzedakah. So he said, you have your job, I have my job, I'm happy to be in this situation. And therefore he was besimcha all day long. Whenever someone would give him money, he knew that he was he was a shaliach of Hashem to allow other people to do the mitzvah of tzedakah. So it says the Pele Yoetz, don't be embarrassed. V'avim yikablo. And even if they do accept tzedakah, they don't take enough to be able to satisfy everything that's going on in their home, to give the kids food and the like. So if you need, says the Pele Yoetz, don't be embarrassed, just take. And if people are giving you, just take, so you can support your family. Now, if these people were really wise and smart, they would realize, what's the real busha, what's the real embarrassment in this world? If a thief breaks into the house in the middle of the night, he comes through, he tunnels his way in, and he gets caught, that's something to be embarrassed about. You're breaking and entering into someone's house to steal so you can be able to get what you want. But in order to work hard, in order to get the money that you need to provide for your family, leka busha, there's no embarrassment that's attached to it at all. And the matter of fact is, it's a great mitzvah. If you are working, you're the cashier at the market, and you see everybody from the community, oy vey, what are they going to think about me? No, you're doing a mitzvah because you're providing for your family. And maybe somebody else is going to see you who is too embarrassed to go and take a job because they also didn't want to look like they're going to be a bizui, a person, a shamed person. They'll see you and say, you know what? If Yankel over there could take that job, if this one could be make pizza in the pizzeria, and this one over here is going to end up cleaning houses before Pesach, that's what they do. Wow, why should I be embarrassed? Let me do what I have to do to take care of my family. As we said, there's a great mitzvah to derive the benefit and the pleasure from your hard work and bring the food and the sustenance to your house. Like it says on the verse of Dilim, the one who does tzedakah, charity, all of the time. The person who sustains his children, his sons and daughters. You're doing tzedakah all of the time. So if you can work and make money and provide for your family, so you are involved in tzedakah. However, if you just cannot get over the shame and the embarrassment that you feel because you have to work a menial job, says the Pele Yoetz, it doesn't exempt you from taking such a job. But so then go somewhere else where people don't recognize you, and work hard. And whatever you can do. To bring the sustenance to your house. And the bread will be satisfying. This hard work and the busha that you endure will be a kapara, will be an atonement for your sins. Like we learned in Pirkei Avos, Torah, learning Torah together with derech eretz, with working, is very good. Because when you're involved in both, you learn hard and you work hard, so you will not have any time to sin, and that will be a benefit for you. Says the Pele Yoetz, you're not exempt. If you're too embarrassed here, then go someplace else, and take a menial job. Go end up being a janitor in some shul that's far away from you, so nobody will know who you are. Go ahead, do whatever you need to do. Be the used car salesman, even though that you were once a millionaire, and now you're not, Rahman al-Litzlan. And again, we have empathy and we have pity and we feel bad for the person that's in such a situation, but push comes to shove, your family needs to eat, they need to be able to have clothing, pay the bills the best that they possibly can. A person might not have a choice, says the Pele Yoetz, and don't hold yourself to be too good for that. Do what needs to be done. Rabbi, the sages teach us, somebody who wants to have benefit from this world, pleasure from this world, he should do it in the way like Elisha, the great prophet, did. And that's why it says Elisha, like Elisha, exactly like Elisha did. How did he do it? It says in the pasuk, V'sham isha gedola. There was a very prominent woman. Shaisa gedola Elisha. Why was she prominent? She was rich, so she had what to give over to Elisha. V'gam v'tachazek bo, and she was giving it freely. Shemoira v'sheba'ayin yafa nois, that she gave him with such a good eye, which means so generously and lavishly she gave. So when you can find someone that's going to give like that, says the Torah, says the so then you take. V'yadua ma'isi the Rabbi Pinchas ben Yoredem ma'isi b'shas, and then he brings a proof to this, that you should really only take from people that could afford to give you and they want to give you. But Rabbi Pinchas ben Yoredem said like this: he did not want to accept benefit and pleasures from anyone, because he said like this: Yesh chafetz ve'eno, there are people that would love to give, but they don't have. They can't afford to give. V'yesh yesh loy, and then there are people that they have plenty they can give, ve'eno chavetz, but they don't want to. So he said, and therefore, with whichever one of these people I'm going to derive pleasure from, I'm transgressing, I'm misusing their money. Why? Shim chafetz, if a person wants to give, ve'ein loy, but he doesn't have any money to give, hare nichnas begeder nena misuda she'enu maspekes labayla, then I've entered myself into a situation where I am benefiting from the suda, from the meal of my friend, who himself doesn't have enough to be able to provide for his own family. So that's not good. Why should I take food out of his own mouth and his kids' mouths? And if a person does have money, and he does have means, and he could give, but he doesn't want to give, mishum kisufa, and the only reason he's giving right now is because I shamed him and I embarrassed him. I said, look, you're a rich man. Look at your house. You can't give me $100, $1,000. You can't take care of me for Yom Tov. What's the matter with you? And now because of his ksufa, now because of his own embarrassment, the embarrassment of the wealthy man, he ends up giving. Gamzeh yesh bo serech gozel ki yidu. That itself has a little shemitz, a little bit of gezela, of stealing from him, because he doesn't want to give, and I'm forcing the money out of him because I shamed him and I embarrassed him and I put pressure on him. So it's almost like I'm stealing from him. Said Rabbi Pinchas ben Yoredem, so you know what? I don't want to get a benefit from anybody in this world, because either they don't have, and they want to give, but they have nothing to offer, or they have, but they don't want to give. And either way, he says, Rabbi Pinchas, I can't. And that's why he says, the Gemara says, that when you do want to be nena, when you want to take something from somebody in this world, do it Elisha like Elisha did. Number one, the woman was a woman of means, and number two, she was giving generously. If you find people like that, then you can take. If not, better to be nena miyagias kampav, from your own hard work, and that's why he's saying take the job that you need to provide for yourself and your family. All the best.